The Pulaski Skyway looks like the eighth wonder of the world, right up there with the Great Wall of China and the pyramids. In northern New Jersey, you may go over and under 100 bridges and ramps, but you distinctly see the Skyway. It passes over miles of truck yards, loading docks, railways, and shipping lanes. The Skyway, Holland Tunnel, and Jersey City Underpass were built in a national emergency of sorts. During World War I in 1918, local and federal governments realized that we had no direct road from Washington to New York. These three structures were part of the Route 1 extension, as it was called in 1919. These three long underways and overways came about because the Federal Transportation Department and the War Department required three parameters: no drawbridges, no railroad crossings, no traffic lights. Recently, under the Hudson River, were three rail tunnels for passengers. The Pennsylvania Railroad completed its two-track tunnel in 1910. In 1908, the Hudson and Manhattan Railway, today's PATH, completed two tracks, each to Wall Street and Midtown. The only Hudson crossing for motor vehicles were ferries. The Holland Tunnel was completed in 1927, the world's first all-automobile underwater tunnel. The Jersey City Underway was done 2 years later. On November 21, 1932, the Skyway opened. The cost was $21 million. It's 3.5 miles long and up to 20 floors high. It crosses both the Passaic River and Hackensack River. Before the interstates of the 1950s, the U.S. DOT called it one of the first controlled access superhighways in America. By today's standards, however, the Pulaski Skyway is limited. It cannot handle most trucks today. 2 lift bridges were completed a few years later for that. The Skyway also has no emergency pullover shoulders. The clearance from the lowest crossbeam to the roadway is only 14 feet. Sometimes buses uses it, but only a few. 2 major repairs took place, one in 1984. Then replacing the roadways was from 2012 to 2020. All 3 repairs cost $1.5 billion. The river spans are 2 Pratt cantilever trusses at 550 feet each. Height is 135 feet over mean water level. The walkway under the road is not for the public. The Skyway carries 74,000 vehicles a day. The idea of the name Pulaski came from Assemblyman Eugene Henschke of Jersey City. General Casimir Pulaski came from Poland in 1777 to fight in the American cavalry in the Revolution. He was killed in action 2 years later in Georgia. The Skyway was built by the state of New Jersey and federal government, so it carries U.S. Routes 1 and 9, as well as New Jersey Highway 139. The head civil engineer was Sigvald Johannesson from Denmark, who emigrated to the United States in 1907. Earlier, he had worked on all 3 Hudson rail tunnels. Anyway, hey, you know that the Pulaski Skyway was built in a national emergency after World War I? After World War I.
You learn something new every day.
Yeah, hey, we got to get a road between Washington and New York City. They thought after World War I, spend the money. And boy, they did. Holland Tunnel, Pulaski Skyway, and that underway in Jersey City.
Okay.
It's like the 8th wonder of the world, the Pulaski Skyway. Astounding. Miss, you know the Pulaski Skyway was built in a national emergency after World War I? Local roadways coming off and onto the Pulaski. Here we are under the Pulaski Skyway, November 10, 2022. There's a railway to scrap metal yard. My car, trucks. We're on that little industrial island, and there we are under the Pulaski Skyway that goes over everything here. Did you know that the Pulaski Skyway is 3.5 miles long?
I didn't know that.
Okay, 1932. Did you know that?
No.
And it was built by the federal government of the state of New Jersey to connect New York City with Washington.
I didn't know that.
We know now?
I know now, thank you.
Sure. Truck yards. Ma'am, you know the Pulaski Skyway was built to connect New York with Washington?
No, I didn't know.
Sir, you know that Pulaski Skyway was built to connect New York with Washington?
No, I really don't know.
3.5 miles?
But it's a long way.
Yeah. Passaic River, Hackensack River.
Wow. That's amazing, right?
It is, indeed.